would just like to say that after coming home from the debate, I have been absolutely shocked. I wasn't alive in the 60s, but I've seen footage of what it was like in the 60s, and it felt like that. I was absolutely afraid. Like, I felt like I was physically going to come under harm because I'm wearing these pins. And I had people that were for Obama, that were protesting, that were cussing, that were yelling, F you, are you ready for change yet? And I have been absolutely blown away. I don't understand why so many people are for Obama, because he is pro-socialism / communism. He has less experience as someone who's running for president than Sarah Palin, who's running for vice president. And it does not make sense to me, and I don't understand how the American people can choose to vote for somebody who does not have a wonderful plan during this hard time in our economy. As a young American, I encourage you to vote for McCain, vote for Palin. One of the things that just scared me was how active, how violent these supporters of Obama were. Every one of them that I saw that had a t-shirt on, I mean, they were just raw, going all at it, even becoming violent. And if you compare those supporters to McCain supporters like myself, hopefully we were more dignified. We did not, yell and scream at people. And I really think that the independents who don't know who to vote for, who are trying to decide, do I vote for Obama, do I vote for McCain, I hope that they will see that there is a difference between the two candidates. There is a difference between the supporters. McCain is definitely not for terrorism in our nation, especially, if you look at the war. Why are we in this war right now? We're in this war right now because of 9/11, because of terrorists coming against our country. We've got to protect our nation from terrorists. I know that this has been talked about before, but one of them actually bombed several places. And he is not, he's happy about that. He said, I wish that there would be more. And there are pictures of him standing on the American flag. Does this sound, Obama was with him. Of course, now he's come out and said, oh, I don't support him. But he was friends with him. His very first, campaign and, all this kind of stuff, it started in this guy's living room. And another guy who does not support Israel, who actually says that, Israel shouldn't even be here anymore. Obama, his children go to school with this individual, lives in his neighborhood with this individual. And so we really have to question, Obama, what are your connections with people in terrorism? And if Americans say, oh, well, we're not going to listen to this, as a lot of the media has said, this is just, the Republicans' last attempt to get back. The American people need to understand this. And I only know of one channel, the Fox News channel, that's reporting things like this. Other stations such as CNN, etc., they're not reporting a lot on this. And I think it's unfair to the American people, because the American people need to know Obama would openly meet with them and talk to them. And we really need to question, our security in our nation. Are we really going to vote for someone who is going to protect our nation? Or are we going to vote for someone who is pro-death? He's pro-abortion. In fact, he's pro-partial birth abortion. And I'll just throw this in. I was supposed to be aborted because the doctors told my mom that I'd be physically challenged and mentally challenged, and my mom had me. So that's one issue. And so we really need to ask ourselves this question: who is better going to serve our president better? McCain, who has actually fought for our country before and actually been a prisoner of war, who is patriotic, who openly is patriotic, or Obama, who says all these wonderful things that sound so wonderful, but is for socialism, which is also a form of communism. And I don't know if you've looked into communism, but if you look at other nations that that are communists, it's very scary. The government controls everything. There's a redistribution of wealth. A friend of mine was in Russia, and they went to Russia, and the place where they were staying, the temperature was so hot, and everyone was having to open windows and, take off, a couple layers of clothes, because the government controlled the temperature. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen in America if Obama becomes the president, but if he's for socialism, who knows what's going to happen? If everybody is going to get the same this, the same that, the same this, the same that, that's what's going to happen. He says he's going to cut taxes. I'm sorry to jump around, but he says he's going to cut taxes for 100% of Americans when 40% of Americans don't even pay taxes. So that doesn't make sense. So Obama's got his figures wrong there. And anyway, I just really hope that you'll think about this election, that you'll even pray about this election, that you will make the right decision. And, as American people, it is our right to know what's going on. And most of the media is far left, and some of them have openly said that they support Obama. And obviously, they aren't covering any of this stuff about terrorism. And they're saying, oh, it's, Fox is showing it because it's their last, attempts to get McCain in. Excuse me, if there's someone who has documents financially linking him to terrorists, that really scares me. Really scares me, and I really hope that it scares you too. And I think that you have the right to know this. I'm taking a journalism class, and for this class, it has been very crazy seeing how the media controls what America thinks. And right now, the media is so far left that it's kind of brainwashed everybody to think that Obama is wonderful and Obama is great. But they need to understand what communism is. They need to understand if a baby's life matters or not, because Obama is for late-term abortion, which is a baby that a woman has an abortion 5 months and on in the pregnancy, where they pull the baby out of the womb and they crush the skull and kill the baby. And I don't think that as Americans that we need to stand for things like that. I don't think as Americans we need to have a leader who openly, in the past, yes, but went to a church where the pastor says, GD America. That is ridiculous. And one more thing, I just wanted to share that Hamas has said that they love Obama, that they support Obama. I don't have the quote right now in front of me, but Hamas likes Obama. Well, Hamas is a terrorist organization. And if we have terrorist organizations that are saying, oh, we love Obama, that should really scare us. And as a student, I'm learning a lot about how our nation is a very young nation, and we've got to make very careful decisions about our future, about our borders, about our protection. And right now, Obama is the worst candidate to choose. And honestly, just kind of glancing back at something I said a few minutes ago, we went to the debate at Belmont University, and that school was founded in biblical principles. That was a Baptist college, a Baptist university. And what I saw just now was so scary. People screaming, people yelling, the cops having to hold, all these protesters with these signs for Obama yelling and screaming, and cars honking. I mean, this is something that is ridiculous, and I think it's going to go in the history books, and I pray that people that are independents or they don't know who to vote for, or they don't want to vote at all, I pray that they'll see this and they'll see the difference between someone who has integrity, who stands for life, who has a plan for this nation's economy, etc. I hope that they'll see the difference between him and Obama, who really scares me. And if Obama becomes a president, oh my goodness, I don't even know if me talking to you right now will be allowed. And so I'll be scared. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be scared if Obama gets in, because of the kind of people that were at the beginnings of the debate. If those type of people are running this nation, oh my goodness. It was a zoo. It was an absolute zoo there. I can't even, I can tell you some, but there are people yelling and cussing and just walking through, cussing. And if you had if you had anything but Obama on, my friend was walking a couple people away from me. She didn't even have anything on, and people were shaking their heads at her because she didn't have an Obama t-shirt on. It reminds me of Hitler, how people are just like, oh, Obama, when nothing that Obama is about makes sense. If you look at Obama and you compare it to things in the past, such as communism, such as terrorism, it's a nightmare for America. So please, 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 vote for life this election. Vote for someone who has experience. Vote for someone who supports babies, who supports their right to live. And thank you so much. I'm Savannah Faith, and God bless you, and God bless America.